is the first meeting for this month, the weekly meeting. As we have said, every Friday we'll be having a meeting, and we're trying to keep that up as far as possible. And as you all know, one of our own past presidents, a veteran in the field that we're going to speak about, is with us today as our speaker. He'll be formally introduced later. Before we begin the meeting, let's have a silent prayer, please. Thank you. Both our secretary and joint secretary and the program committee chair all are traveling today. So we have two of our MC members who are with us, who have taken over their positions for the day, and they are Mr. Balagopal and Mr. Tom. I would request Mr. Balagopal to kindly welcome the gathering and also introduce our speaker for the day.
President of the Kerala Management Association, Bibu, our guest speaker today, and our eminent past president, Jose Philip sir, member of the management committee, Tom, respected management committee members, past presidents, KMA members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm extremely honored to stand here. I'm standing in for Ajiz Khalid, who is the program committee chair, as the president rightly said, and he's out of station. I have great pleasure to have our eminent past president, to introduce our past president, Jose Philip sir. Before that, let me extend a very, very hearty, warm welcome to all of you present here. Welcome. I know Jose Philip sir as the past president. I know more of Jose Philip sir as the past president of KMA, because during my tenure as the management committee member, I found him to be a person who gives constructive, positive advice, and also has the ability to criticize you in a very, very positive way, to point out the mistakes that you make, and I have benefited immensely by his advices and guidance. Thank you, sir, for that. And when I looked at his biodata, I found it very, very interesting. I found out that he has started his career as a police officer. In fact, he started his professional career 43 years ago when he joined as a police officer at Nilliyampati. I hope I'm correct, I was told like that. Yeah. And he was in the police force for 8 years. And after that, he changed his career to construction engineering. I don't know the relationship between this and that, but he proved to be an outstanding, roaring success as a managing director of Bhagirath group of companies, and he served them with great elan for more than 38 years. It's amazing. I'm not going into the many achievements that he has done as the managing director of Bhagirath Industries, and in the meantime, he took his MBA also. Such a multifaceted personality, and something that he has learned from his police officer career 35 years ago. I think he has got a passion for crime resolution and things related to that, because even after 35 years now, he is very up to date about these things. So today I am very surprised, and I really admire him that today he is going to speak about the new legal system. As the Indian government has revamped the entire criminal legal framework, introduced the Bharat Nyaya Samhita and Bharat Nagarik Suraksha Samhita and Bharat Sakshya Adhiniyam. And Jose sir is today, as told, is going to speak about those things. So that's going to be quite interesting, and this multifaceted personality, I feel extremely happy to present before you. Thank you.
Warm good evening once again to all of you. Thank you, Bala sir, for the great introduction on one of the most serious looking but then most jovial persons in KMA. And to fill up for what you said, I probably know a little bit more about him in the sense he happened to be my late father's friend and his brother-in-law, the managing director of Bhagirath Industries, Bhagirath Group. In fact, Mr. V.C. Anthony also happened to be a great friend of my father. And I think shifting from the police profession to the construction profession was more because he married from one of the most successful companies, construction companies of that time, that was the Bhagirath Group. And that is how he got into construction, if I'm right, sir. Well, as we all know, there is a lot of changes right now happening in our country with regard to everything. Well, there has been successful governments in succession, but then I think this is the third time that one particular government, the NDA government, predominantly led by the BJP, is in power. So it's going to be a 15-year continuous rule for one party, or rather the NDA. And they have brought in many reforms with regard to, and they've certain nomenclatures have been changed with regard to many laws and things like that. And many are for the better of the country, they're sure, because from what we understand, the British Raj was ruling us, and we have actually taken over many of those laws, even the criminal laws, everything that the Britishers used to follow, we just simply took it over, and that was how it was. So three major laws that have come have been repealed and changed. That is the Indian Penal Code, the CRPC, and the Indian Evidence Act. By these three new laws, or the nomenclatures of these have been changed, and new provisions have been brought in, and I'm sure that sir is going to speak on that. And looking at it from the other point of view, the criminal system in our country per se, if you look at it, I know two cases that I can tell you. I know one guy who in broad daylight killed his co-brother. He stabbed him to death, and he is walking around scot-free even after 10 years. Okay. For the simple reason that the family decided, because it is both, the wives are from one family, the family decided that they will not give evidence, so this man is walking around scot-free. And many of us know about another tragic incident that has taken place some time back here in Kanchanapalli, where another friend of ours actually had murdered his uncle and his brother. And from day one, this man has been in jail, I think for the last 3 years or so, and he has not even got a bail because the family is very strong in saying that he should not get out. So that is how the criminal systems can be kind of diluted or brought in as, or depending upon the power of the people on the opposite side. So that's what I feel. Anyway, there are so many small irritating factors that come into into our daily lives, where we do not know whether it is criminal when a when a bus driver honks behind you full time when you drive your car, whether you should call it criminal or whether you should just take it as being part of the Indian driving system. But then there are so many things like this. I'm sure that a person as versatile as Jose Philip sir, who has exposed himself both to the business world as well as to the officer world in the form of being a police officer, can speak to us on this great subject. So let's hear from him. And I have a small request or an anticipatory bail which I have taken from the three of them out here. In the sense that I'm sorry, I did not specifically welcome our past presidents. Where is Premchand sir? Oh yeah, Shastri sir, and then ABK sir, then Sujata Madhavchandran. Yeah, I did mention him, and our ombudsman, Mr. A.C.K. Nair, all from the managing committee. I specifically welcome all of you, and I welcome our student members. I also would like to welcome specifically Nivedit, because he is the co-chair of our Young Minds program. Welcome, Nivedit. And to all of you, dear student members, because the future belongs to you, and you should, imbibe everything that KMA gives you, and we'll have a great evening together. And the bail that I wanted to take from all of you is that, I have a family function. In fact, my niece is getting married tomorrow, so I'm sure that it's going to be a very interesting meeting, and your questions are going to be quite long. So I will have to excuse myself and move on to my home before the meeting is over sometimes. So that's why I'm telling you. Anyway, wishing all of you a great evening with our versatile speaker, Mr. Jose Philip. Thank you and welcome once again. Thank you.
Mr. President, Vibhu Punnara, Bala, and Tom, past presidents, I think 3 or more, Bala, another Bala, Shastri and Prem, very elegant friends from KMA, and guests from my associate organization like Indian Institute of Building, Indian Institute of Plant Engineers, other dignitaries, all are my friends, and I'm not a guest here, so it is. Formally, Bala told it's a guest, but I am one among us, because this is not a speech or a oratory. It's a talk only, because I'm not an expert in this new laws, but we can talk. And fellow members of KMA, students, other dignitaries, very good evening to you. Because this subject, the revamping of criminal laws, is of interest of me, because a stint in my service of 8 years I was in the police. I know what all the dealings in the police I know. But now when we see the changes, I thought I can go through some of my knowledge and learning about this, because the revamping is a great process. It is a vast subject. I cannot even talk about even 1% of the whole changes, but very, very brief I can tell. Those as we common people to know something about the police, what are the new things. Otherwise, legally we need not know about all those things. But just some information, because in our country the awareness of law is very, very limited. Because in the classrooms, in the colleges, other than the law students, no law is teaching. That awareness, the lack of awareness is there among the people, because people are not knowing. If some legal case is coming, we will call one advocate and left the whole thing to him. But that is not, we should have some basic knowledge about that, what to do, what the police is functioning, what is their powers, what they don't have. But this time, there's a lot of changes in the revamping the laws. Because earlier a lot of power for the authority, especially police and other people. Because to keep the law, those government has given a lot of power. Still it is continuing. That is why a lot of atrocities from the police side is happening. Now with this, a drastic change is there. The more authority to the complainant or the victim, we can say. Now it is a victim-centric laws. It is ruling. That's why we should know about something about this. So as you know, This law has taken place, it is came into effect in the 1st of July, which all 140 crores of Indians are affected with us because we are under the new laws. Why the government has thought of changes? The days are gone, colonial era, and remove the colonial legacy. I should appreciate the step of the present government has taken. Very bold step they have taken. They have changed the laws about 160 years old. Several government came after independence, but nobody was there enough to touch this complicated subject. But this time, the Modi government has gone into that, and with a desirous mind, they have implemented the new laws. Because the IPC and all criminal laws were, I think, just started 1930s and 1830, 1834. Lord Macaulay and James Fitzgerald, these two people are made this IPC. They started making law in 1834 and implemented in 1860. That means that much year took to implement, but so it is not easy to change anything. So the committee under Ranveer Singh, Ranveer Singh is the former vice chancellor or the committee leader for this changing the law. So he has implemented, he has put lot of effort in remaking the laws. So on the days of colonial era, 160 years we have changed. Modern India requires a suitable law. All are these all laws made that time, that circumstances, but now it has changed. It has changed the crimes. Modus operandi of criminals has been changed because those days the crimes were different. Now it is changed because of, for example, the cyber crimes, mob lynching. Mob lynching means Alkutta Valavadaga. That is never heard of. Now it is lot of mob lynching is there. Seditions are changed. Atrocities against women and children. Especially this aspect, atrocities against women, the new law has given lot of importance for this aspect. Previous laws were authority-centric. New are victim or complaint-centric because for implementing laws, those days the people were illiterate. There are very poor people. Any government officers or police people can rule upon them without, they are not questioned. The police officer can do anything they want. So the laws were like that those days. Now it is authority. Earlier it was authority centric. Now it is victim centric. And the procedures, registration of cases, investigation by police, collection of evidence, charge sheeting, trials, all are delayed earlier. That means delayed justice is denial of justice. It's the same in the law field. Denial of justice is delay in justice is denial of justice. So a lot of delay procedures. Now total the main cases were pending in the court, different court in India is 6.4 crores cases are pending. That much time is lacking. Court is interested to keep on adjourning the cases without any reason. Maybe one advocate did not come or a prosecutor is not there. On that reason, cases are pending, adjourning for months together. So that is why lot of procedure delays. Another objective of the changing the law is bring India's legal framework in line with international standards. The developing countries, they are changing these criminal laws. I am talking specifically about criminal laws. They are changing then and there, updating, modernizing. So, as a part of economical growth, also real effective laws are required. All these criminal activities, even though it is personal, somebody is murdering somebody, it is not only affected these people or these two persons or families. The crime is defined, it's against the state. State is the complainant. In fact, a murder takes place, a theft is taking place, a terror act is there. Actually, the state is the complainant. All others are witnesses. That means we are telling complainant, but complainant is a witness to prove. So, lot of government machineries and money and resources are wasted for to defend all these cases. That is another. Actually, it is affecting the economic growth of a country. You know, what Bombay blast, Bombay attack, 183 people died. Can you imagine how much is it has affected the economic or retarded the economic growth of India. Like that, this situation in Pakistan, Afghanistan, the development are not there because of the terrorist activities. There is no law and order. Some outfits, extremist outfits are ruling the country. In that case, the economic growth will be forgotten. So let us see the highlights, main highlights of the new laws. Mob lynching and terrorist activities are some very, very expressive changes. Penalty for rape, maximum penalty for raping is the maximum punishment 10 years. Extension of police custody, it was there for 15 days, now it is extended to 90 days. That is the maximum. 90 days police can keep. Of course, they can request for the judicial authorities to keep. That is one explicit changes. Focus on speed, charge sheeting. A case is registered by police by registering FIR. It should be, the charge sheet should be filed within 90 days, 60 days. That is mandatory. Those days earlier, police can take any time. There is no time limit for that. Community services has become a punishment. That's a new thing. Community service is not well defined in the new act, but it may be with the decision of the magistrate or a judge who is passing the judgment. It is told without any remuneration. Somebody has to work for somebody. It's all other things. And zero FIR. Earlier, the FIRs are registered if it is not, because police boundaries are limited geographically. It's a village or a taluk basis, it is divided. So those crimes happening in the limit only that police officer etc. can register. Now the change of somebody, the next police station, a person from the next police station coming to this and telling something is happened, theft is happened. Then the police don't know, no, this is not the case, this is not the station, you go there. Or you are on a travel on Delhi or Calcutta, and something happens in your house. There is nobody to go for a complaint given a complaint to the police station. Then you can go to the nearest police station, Delhi, file a complaint. I am so and so, but something happened in my house, I am not there. So that police station sub-inspector SHO has to register a case and transfer that case to here, so that the time is not lapsed. That is the one significant change, zero FIR. So FIR is zero in that police station, that FIR is transferred here. In place of sedition, new section, acts of secession, separatism, armed rebellion, terrorism, all these are more defined. All these crimes against the country, against the nation are very elaborately defined in that. Because that is why it has to be addressed. The terrorist activities should be addressed. Intercourse with a minor wife 15 to 18 years is not a crime. Earlier it can be defined. It was no clear definition about this age. So minor wife 15 to 18, that is not a crime. It was defined. It is not a crime. Earlier it was defined as a rape. So again, maybe Police cannot take a decision on that. Trial in absentia of accused. Earlier, any crime is reported without the presence of the accused in the court. The charge sheet cannot be filed. So they kept the file in long pending until the accused is arrested and produced before the court. Now it is not possible. Police can go ahead with the trial. Maybe accused is eloped, might be in Dubai or America or outside the country. Police go ahead with charges, trial, and even the punishment also can be affected. You know the three main laws. Our criminal main law is the Indian Penal Code, 1860, that is IPC. CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code 1973, Indian Evidence Act 1872. These are the three laws as revamped. In place of Indian Penal Code, it is Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita 2023 has come into effect. In place of CRPC, Bharatiya Nagarik Samhita 2023, BNSS. In place of Indian Evidence Act, Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam 2023 has come. In that case, major changes are in Indian Penal Code and Criminal Procedure Code. Indian Evidence Act is only very little changes because it is not that easy to change the Indian Evidence Act because it is a very elaborate, very crisp acts are there. Even now, that is relevant. That's why it is not changed. But only one thing that I will come later. It is coming slide is there about the Indian Evidence. And the IPC, old IPC, these are the main comparison with old IPC and the new BNS. There are 511 sections were there in old IPC. In place of that, only 358 is there. Additions in IPC, additions not there, but there are reductions on 30. Additions are 31. Old IPC, anyhow, it is there. Additionally, 31 sections are added. 19 sections has been deleted. Modifications in IPC, mainly community services for 6 offences. Minimized punishment for 25 offences. The 6 offences are trivial cases, petty cases. Maybe that they will come. Attempt to suicide or snatching something. Instead of theft, now new section is there, snatching. So these are petty offences. For that, this community services will be there. Then imprisonment has increased in 41 sections. 41 sections, punishment has been increased. Penalty is heightened in 81 sections. That means generally we can see it is a little more stringent. Generally these laws. Major changes in BNS. Rape on girls below 12 years punishable with capital punishment. There are many instances capital punishment has introduced. Recently, you know that Avarajita bill passed by West Bengal government. In that, 5 instances are there where capital punishment are introduced. The rape by police personnel or public servant, and rape and the incumbent is not, even if not murder, it's on a vegetable stage, that also capital punishment can be given. So more stringent, that also, it is also coming here in IPC, the BNS also. Mob lynching is a new act, I told you. Murder by a crowd of people. Murder related to race, caste, religion, gender, nature, place, language, individual faith are punished with the capital punishment or life imprisonment for 7 years. It is mandatory. Minimum 7 years imprisonment will be sentenced. Crime of terror activities defined elaborately. includes arms rebellion, sabotage activities, jeopardize sovereignty and integrity of nation, or unity of India, including separate activities. This has given more thrust any act against the country. Snatching is a separate offence. So far, snatching, normally it is ordinary theft only. Now it is snatching. Even snatching, even if I snatch some 500 rupees from somebody, later on, if I repay that money, the police can drop the action, but the court can punish. That is why these community services can be implemented. Instead of that, earlier even snatching also would have been filed before the court. Police cannot take any action. But these trivial things, wanting to reduce the legality before the court. That is why so many things are given the power of, like a petty cases. Offense against women and children were scattered. New law brings together in Chapter 5. In IPC, all the cases of against women, there are many places it was scattered around. Now Chapter 5 is exclusively for women and children. That's why we could see how much thrust has given the crimes against the women and children. Major changes in BNSS, that means all the CRPC. Copy of FIR to be furnished to the accused also. So far the complainant should be furnished with an FIR. Now a copy of FIR to be given to the accused also. Permission to use modern technology in collecting evidence with forensic science. Collection of evidence because lot of the digital age now, many transactions, messages, actions are through WhatsApp or digital or email or Instagram, Facebook. This all can consider as a forensic evidence. This has been permitted. So it is the depends on the whims and fancies of the magistrate or the judge taking into consideration of this electronic or modern technology. We can say modern technology. Time-bound investigation of crimes, trial and issue of judgment. Before withdrawal of case by the government, the complainant should be given opportunity in cases punishable for 7 or more years. Even is the crime against the government, certain, so due to maybe some reasons, government used to withdraw the cases, criminal cases. But if a complainant is affected in that case, the permission from the complainant, government cannot take a decision to withdraw the cases. The person who are affected with the case, he should also be allowed to tell his position instead of one way withdrawing the cases by the government. During trial of accused, video conference and other electronic devices can be used. Video conference now also need this KMA committee report. You can see now 183 is used for recording the videos of the victim. That's a must now. Video recording of the accused. No, it's not that. It is trial of accused video during the trial in the court against accused. Video conference can be had because he will be in some other places. But through. Can you come here, Abdullah? Forensic science of evidence are compulsory for the crimes punishable for 7 or more years. Because it is compulsory that the crime punishable more than 7 years imprisonment should be gone through the forensic evidences. Earlier, this was not considered by the court because about 15-20 years, the court cannot consider video tapes. The court no, it is not there. So that all has been ratified now. government approval for prosecuting police officials or other officials will be given 120 days, or it will be considered as the deemed approval. See, against the police officer or political parties, police will apply for the permission to prosecute, MLAs, MP. But the government will sit upon that, no decision will be taken. Even now this, or who is that, Tamil Nadu governor, he is keeping the case that Sandil Balaji, he is in the jail. For the last 7 months, police asked permission, but the governor has not given the permission. 7 months, last November it was given. This is the 7th month. Now it is not possible. After 120 days, police can consider it as a deemed approval. More than 120 days, police need not wait for that. Statement of harassed women to be taken through video recording. That is the new law, BNSS section 183. The harassment's statement should be video recorded. That is why this victim of under a complaint was given by against a film actor. That lady is yesterday it was going on video recording by the magistrate. So that is according to the new law 183. Cheating a woman by giving false promise to marry and engaged in sexual intercourse made a new section. This was not there earlier. By giving the false promise of marriage or giving money or any promises, that has become. And see, here it is not modesty, it is intercourse should be. That means the actual penetration. That is defined here. It's very clear about this. Sexual intercourse with the wife aged between 15 to 18 years will not be considered as rape. That I already told in the main highlight. Getting vote by paying money to a voter is punishable for 1 year. Paying a voter money and getting vote in our favor. Now it is clear. It is it's neither it is not mentioned candidates. Whoever is involved, he will definitely go 1 year in prison. That is very notable thing. If anybody is interested, don't go for that. Online appearance of accused witness experts are allowed from anywhere. Online appearance, you know that. You, I think, understood. Accused witness also experts. Accused also need not come to the court. But that again, there should be discretion on police, because a murderer accused is telling, no, I will sit somewhere. That I don't think it is allowed. Maybe it is maybe the convenience for the VIPs or politicians. Maybe this one. While conducting raids and recovery of the premises, it should be video recorded. A raid in the premises of accused or the witness, both are there. Maybe mostly it is regard to the accused only. That should be video recorded. Copies of records, deleted records, hash values should be considered as secondary evidences. These all not primary, it's only secondary evidence for supporting. Police can produce this before the court. Deleted records, hash values, how many times one has been used this one, and emails, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, all this can be given as the primary evidences. Charge sheet to be filed within 90 days of recording FIRs. Court can allow another 90 days, no more further allowance of time, because within 180 days, whatever is serious is the crime. 180 days FIR to be charge sheeted before the court. Initially 90 days, or again the court can give another 90 days. Even accused not present, trial can be proceeded. So accused need not be appeared in the court for the trial. It can be finished, but Later on, he can be, if it is punished, he can be brought or bring by the police. Unauthorized police custody is prohibited. One police officer should be designated to inform the relatives of the person taken into custody. This is a new thing. Not many police people used to do keeping the custody. Because if you show arrest within 24 hours, you should be produced before the court. So police was misusing this. He will say, I am not arresting. Police tell, he is keeping in the police station only, but originally he will be in lockup. But they are not recording. Like that, so many cases are there. One way it is a discomfort for the police because the serious crimes or doubtful crimes, suspicious crimes, police may not be able to link with the accused, only doubts. And if arrest to be made, sometimes innocent people may be arrested also. That is why police is using this as keeping in the custody. Now, whatever is there, it is not possible. If he is an accused, he should be arrested forthwith and produced before the magistrate in the court. Another is for the capital punishment for gang rape on girls below 18 years. This was not there. 18 years, people were, the girls, if raped, should be capital punishment. Capital punishment for mob lynching. That was also not clear there. Now it is very seriously it is taken. Mob lynching is punishable with capital punishment. Conversation through WhatsApp, email, Instagram and social media and other devices can be taken as evidence. These are the digital evidences. Laws like UAPA, Makoka, etc. suspended POSCO. A trial will be under new law. All these law will still exist. That means these all laws are passed by the state governments. That will sustain, but the trial will be as per the BNSS, new law. Only 2 adjournments are allowable after counter hearing. This is a very important clause because the court or the magistrate cannot keep on adjourning the cases. After counter argument, only 2 adjournments is allowed. Within that, the judgment should have been passed. Copy of judgment should be digitally also published within 7 days. 7 days of declaration of the sentence. Within 7 days, the judgment, copy of judgment to be given to the accused and the police. Whether it is digitally should be given. Written should be given, digitally also. Both in the both forms it should be given. The incumbent also allowed to record video during the raid and recovery of his or her premises. I told you, video recording the accused. So, accused also is free to record on video while his premises is being raided. All records and documents by the police should be submitted to the court within 24 hours. All these digital or whatever may be non-digital, all the evidence should be submitted to the court within. The police cannot keep unnecessarily all this record. Immediately after the recovery of these evidences should have been filed before the court within 24 hours. The practice of taking into custody by police and after a few days recording the arrest will not be allowed. Under BSA, all documents should be digitalized including case diary, FIR, charge sheet and judgments. BSA means Bharatiya Sakshya Adhini, Indian Evidence Act. Only these are only one mention is there about the Evidence Act. This changes. That means digital evidences can be taken into account by the court. Culpable homicide due to rash and negligence driving 304A has changed to section 106 and punishment increased to 5 years plus fine. If it is a medical practitioner, it is 2 years. This is an old car accident. a homicide by car accident, 304A. But that was yes, a milking section for section to the police, because normally car owners are indulged in that. So police can manipulate lot of things. So even 304A case is a attractive section for police to make some money. But now it has been changed to 106, and punishment earlier it was 3 years, because these are made by the laws are, I told you know, Europeans made the laws, because those days the car owners were Europeans, so for their convenience they made a very mild punishment, and very seldom 304 cases has been punished, because very difficult to prove that a rash and negligent driving. So now it is seriously government has taken, the punishment has been increased to 5 years. But if it is the rash and negligent act of a medical, as a doctor, it is 2 years. But there it should be some point is there how by using this medical practitioner, this is because only 2 years. I was thinking, my personal thinking, a doctor can manipulate murder by using, and even if he is proved, it is only 2 years. So it is very difficult, and I don't know how it is going to affect practically.
It is for attending medical emergencies.
Yeah.
It can be interpreted in that manner.
Yeah, no, we cannot prove that. Difficult to prove. Theft of housebreaking by night has been changed to 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That also I don't know. Earlier it was housebreaking by night. Night means maybe 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Between 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Now it is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So everybody can break the.
But in earlier days that time was not there, only by night. But the cases, the crime were different now. Housebreaking by night is very serious. Housebreaking in the daytime very rare. It is so now it is they have changed to time. No relevance at all. Between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Something about this community services. Section 414F of BNS introduced a new form of punishment, community for service for the first time. Objective is to reduce the burden of jail and related expenses, because for arresting and keeping the prisoner, government has to spend a lot of money. That is why they are changing to community service. Community service is defined. Community service is not definitely defined. It is only two things. Any action to the society, any service to the society without remuneration. This is the only two things in the act. Now I think it has to be, or the magistrate can decide what to do. It's not clear what exactly is the community services, but one thing, we should not have any remuneration. I don't know what the judges will tell about that. We have to get to see. Punishment for petty offences like a non-appearance in response to a notification. The police is calling. If we are not going appearing to the police station, it is not that. It is all considered as a petty offences. Attempt to commit suicide. Earlier, even the suicide attempt and not done properly. അഴിഞ്ഞു പോവുക കെട്ടി കയറൊക്കെ താഴെ പോയാൽ ഫാനെ കിട്ടും, ഫാൻ പറഞ്ഞ് താഴെ പോകും. ഇതിനെല്ലാം പോലീസ് പിടിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് അറസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് പോകും. അപ്പൊ ഇതൊക്കെയാണെങ്കിൽ വേണേൽ കേസെടുക്കാതെ കിട്ടിയായിട്ട് വേണം അവരോട് പോയി പറയാമല്ല, പിന്നെ സ്കൂളിൽ പോയിട്ടോ വല്ല തൂക്കാനോ, അത് കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി സർവീസ് അത് മതി. ഇനി അത് ചെയ്തോ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പോലീസ് എന്റെ കുറെ ആളുകൾ റിമൈൻഡ് ചെയ്യുകയൊക്കെ ചെയ്യും. ഇപ്പൊ ഒന്നും പാടില്ല. Attempt to commit suicide, to compel or restrain exercise of lawful power of public servant, petty theft and return of money No, if after snatching some money, if I return the money and tell sorry or apology, that's not a crime. It's a petty offences. You can go for community service. The 10 community service is not defined in BNS. Explanation in section 23 of BNS as benefit to the community for which the incumbent shall not be entitled to any remuneration. That's all. Benefit to the community. Whatever action, it should be beneficial to the community for which the incumbent shall not get any remuneration. Fine for community service not exceeding 5,000 or imprisonment not exceeding 2 months. These are considered as the petty offences. Fine of rupees below 5,000 or imprisonment for not 2 months. Now yesterday one police officer has been convicted for 2 months by the High Court. That is something else. So these are the magistrate can ask the police to go for some cleaning or cleaning the waste or something like that. According to me, some concerns are there. Even though one thing I should appreciate the government desires of doing this revamping, but still something, whatever the huge heap of cases already pending in various courts, about 6.4 crores of cases are pending now as on today. But without that, additionals are coming. So how this 6.4 crores will be handled? And for implementing the new laws, also there are a lot of infrastructure facilities are required. So how the government is going to handle, or the whole police or judicial authority are going to handle this much of cases? During the entire period of police custody, what will happen to accused? What is the guarantee that accused will be granted with bail? See, 90 days can be kept under the police custody. The renowned retired High Court Judge Indira Singh made a point. What is going to happen 90 days to the accused? Because police can keep him for 90 days. Whether he will leave, whether what stage he will be. So that is going to be a concern. 90 days keeping the police custody. How these drastic changes will be implemented and peculiar to the law's officials of judiciary, police and other departments to handle the new laws. Inadequate infrastructure like electronic devices, IT-enabled services and other services, lack of manpower, lack of training, etc. So this is going to be utter confusion. Introduction of new laws, a lot of digital evidences can be made. What facility has got this police station has got for recording the digital evidences? And what service or what infrastructure for the court to go through the evidences, address all these things? Huge expenses are required because every police station should have got all these digital gadgets like computer, because mail one has to see, videos, like that. For that, government has to spend a lot of money. Where is the money for that? How this will be implemented? That is one of, so my concern, no? I don't know whether it is going to correct or not, but these are the things. Then lack of training. I asked for my friend in the police, I asked, sir, what you are going to do with? I asked for a DYSP. He said sincerely, I don't quote anything. He told sincerely, sir, I don't know him. My circle inspector may know something, but he has gone some training last week to Trivandrum. So police officers don't have any idea about this. There's no training, no classes, no introduction training for this. So this is a huge gap is there. Because in the IPC I told you, you want to grant the bail or? And police don't have any idea about that, what to do with that. Video recording, a camera should be there, digital camera should be there, all costly items. Every police station should have one camera. You see the outlay of money for this. The training also. Huge amount has to be spent for giving the training. Inadequate infrastructure like electronic device, IT devices, service, lack of manpower, lack of training. Whether public debate has happened, central government started 14 hours discussion with the Lok Sabha because this, I think it was implemented abruptly. Definitely, I think the public were not aware of all these things happened in the last 1 year or 2 years during the process of revamping. The Home Minister once stated 14 hours, 14 and a half hours has been discussed in the Lok Sabha and 7 hours in the Rajya Sabha. So it was discussed only with the ruling party. I am not telling any political thing, I am not telling that, but this really happened. And this, all 3 laws were passed during the suspension time of the 140 MPs. So there was no proper discussion, no proper address from the opposition side. So that is why it is, as a through it has got passed. It was discussed about 14 hours in the Lok Sabha, that's all. What discussed, I don't know, or nobody knows about that. So some abrupt actions were there. So these are the things which I want to tell you with my own knowledge. And let us hope for the best by implementing these new laws. So thank you for your kind attention. You want to add something or don't know?
Thank you very much, sir. I think since you have already granted me bail, I am handing over the yeah, all of you, and I would request all of you to help. Excuse me. So now the floor is open for questions.
Okay, yes.
There is a lot of criticism on this particular video. Only is not I have not gone through the full this one, but one is actually the power given to the police actually enormous. That was one of the criticisms. One you have already mentioned, 15 days custody extended, police custody extended up to 60 and
90 days.
It can extend to 90 days. Another one I heard that handcuffing, even for small offense, for example, economic offense or something like that, which is coming under criminal law. Now a police officer or SHO can handcuff anyone. And at that particular point in time, he is only accused, but that is also there. Then another interesting one, I am not sure this rape and all age limit, I don't know why 18 and 19 no capital punishment, which I also have not understood. And then one good thing is actually digital evidence. Whatever said and government has already invested in a lot of infrastructure. For example, cyber cell, cyber divisions, cyber crime department, a lot of NCRB also extended a lot of things. That is all good thing. There was a public document, but unfortunately no one has gone through it.
Yes.
It was there for 2 years in the website, but no one debated it, no one discussed this. That actually government took advantage on that. And another thing is on the cases which are already filed. How the trial happened, actually that is old law or new law?
Old law. 6.4 provisions are old laws.
Old law.
New is coming.
Okay.
new from
Old cases, it's only criminal cases or criminal?
only criminal.
Only criminal.
No civil. Civil is separate. Only criminal. These are only related to the criminal cases. See, this 18 years the rape is not. Earlier it was not defined.
Oh, now it is.
Now it is clear. That's why because in India, child marriage was there. So in Rajasthan or UP, even 13 years of age, the girls will be married. So you cannot register a case against that. Now it is clear. That is why it's a like clarification. But other thing, and other thing you are digital. Another thing what you are telling?
Digital evidence.
Digital evidence. Okay, that is good.
But digital evidence, the problem is the chances of manipulating evidence is also
That's right.
also there.
And this handcuffing. Actually, handcuffing is not coming under IPC or this law. This is by the manuals. Police manual is there. There they define manual this handcuffing. But there also is not clear because only this habitual thieves, habitual DCs and KDs, they only will be handcuffed because nobody to ask and say about that. Nobody will question that. But if an MLA or MP, they will never handcuff, even the same cases. So that is police whips and fancies.
With due respect to police officers,
Yeah.
our police is not matured. So, but lot of power given to police.
It is still there. It has to be. See, the zero FIR case now. ഞങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഇരിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഈ ആറ്റിക്കൂടൊക്കെ ശവം ഒഴിയും. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ സാറേ ഇവിടെ ശവം വന്നിരിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പം ഉടനെ കുട്ടമ്പിള്ള സാറേ ഞാൻ പോയി കുത്തി വിട്ടേക്കാം. അപ്പൊ ഇയാളൊന്നൊരു കമ്പി കുത്തി വിടും. അപ്പൊ അടുത്ത പോലീസ് അതിന്ന് നടക്കില്ല. അതവിടെ കുട്ടമ്പിള്ളക്ക് ഇനി ആ പണി.
Zero FIR was there previously also. Zero FIR was there previously also.
No, people used to deny that. Zero FIR not that. This is a new thing.
New.
You go to the concerned police station. If somebody is in Delhi, if we go to Connaught police station, no, this is a Kerala case. You go to Kerala. I don't have any jurisdiction. That is the case. Okay.
So with due respect, I wanted to question one statement by you. As you said that previously the law was giving power to the authorities, and now they are giving power to the victims. So I think basically the people who belong from middle class and the people who belong from below the poverty levels are still dominated by the authority. The way of domination was previously physically. Now they are dominating by either by manipulating them or giving them financial support, which is not the basic objective of law. So I think the statement that previously the law was giving power to the authorities and now they are giving power to the victims, I think till now that statement is not correct.
See, it's a very, very apt question because still, because police is exploiting the illiteracy of the common man or poor people. Still it will continue, but what government is envisaging, these are the facilities government is offering to poor people. They have to entertain, they have to use use their opportunity. They should come out. Otherwise, what government can do? This is a facility to the victims. Victims has to get that facility. That is why, but still, it is whatever is there. There is not going to be very drastic changes in the criminal field. Slowly, some changes, and these are the opportunities when poor people or illiterate people should understand, try to exploit. That is why, even my objective of taking this talk is also to create awareness about yourself. Even mature people also don't know how the police, how to get a complaint to the police. But normally I don't know. Normally my experience, if any case is happened, you will run to the nearest advocate, not to the police station. And advocate is the intermediary between the police and I am telling advocate don't have any business in the business of police. Because people are thinking, I don't think, even if advocate is there, I am telling, advocates need not come to the police station at all. But there also is exploitation to the illiterate. People are telling an advocate can solve the problem with the police. No.
No, sir. Actually, people are afraid of police.
That is why you are afraid.
Because of police.
Police means that is no one thing. 30 years ago, I agree with you, but now it is not that. It is fear that fear complex. It is not a fear; it's a fear complex. Because now all the police constables are majority are graduate people, postgraduates are there, MBS are there, cultured people, not like earlier. Prasad.
With due respect to ex-police officer, the new law will help the policeman to fabricate evidences by manipulating, as you rightly said, digital evidences. See, I am telling you honestly, none of the policemen are friendly with the public. If you approach them, they fabricate something else, put you into problem if you don't have any political clout or influence.
Prasad, it is absolutely true. Police can do a lot of things here. That is why, you know the Eskatti in Alapi, Eskatti, that is all. That will happen, that will continually.
Sir, I will tell you one small incident, one of the place where, local authorities, police, city police commissioner has given this area designated as no parking area. He has given authority to place a no parking board. I have a recording with me where a local fellow, a political fellow who don't have any caliber or any standard in the political party, he boldly in front of the policeman removed the no parking board. And police was watching like this.
I should say, this instance...
See, that is one thing. I can show you umpteen number of political guys who are charge sheeted and never arrested. What is this making the law?
That's why President in the opening remarks that is there, that's all exemptions, but not that many things are happening. In Delhi also, one chief minister is in the bar, behind the bars.
That's all political.
That's all political.
That's all political.
Like that, it's all manipulation.
Sir, then where is the sanctity of the law?
This parking is a trivial instance. Other thing is a big instance. So these are the things.
Sir, the jargon of the vocabulary will not make the public comfortable.
Correct.
So, is this only, always politicians are, always
Oh, okay. Please.
always the politicians escape. And all these rules and all this comes up only for the common man, all people below the poverty line. And not only that, in most of the cases, you find that all the big ones escapes. They get bailed somehow or other. Because always there's a political pressure on the police force. As a police officer, ex-police officer, don't you think that the pressure was not there on you?
Yes, definitely.
So, and have you not manipulated cases?
Yes. It has to. It has to.
Sir, you please go through today's newspaper.
See,
where the ADGP has clearly told not to come and report to me. You can't go and report to anybody else.
See, ഒരു കാര്യം നമ്മൾ വേഷം കെട്ടിയാൽ ആടണമല്ലോ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ഒരു മർഡർ കേസ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ see your prime responsibility, a murder case accused should be convicted with the capital. That is my responsibility. If I convince that he is the culprit, I took, because I cannot bring this fellow before the court, sir, I don't have any evidence. Then immediately he will be acquitted. My job is to make the evidence. Sometimes I may have to go to fabricate. What else?
Sir, one more thing. In your speech you said, today there is a news in the paper, one police officer got punished for 2 months. What?
That same thing
For what?
happening. Yeah?
Please tell me for what?
It is rudely behavior with an advocate.
You are a lawyer.
A lawyer.
Then what is that?
That is why lawyers don't have any business in the police business. Do you know what was the background?
He went to the police.
He went to the police with the release of a car.
Bail.
No way.
Bail order.
One car has to be released by another person. This person went to the advocate. Sir, please come to the police station. Advocate with a vehement, even, no, it's a car, you raise. Police will not do that. അവിടെ ചെന്ന് സാറേ എന്റെ കാറായിരുന്നു ഉടനെ ഓർഡറുണ്ട് അന്നേരം കൊണ്ടുപോകണം ഇത് ഈ അഡ്വക്കേറ്റ് പോയി വേഷം കാണിച്ചതായിരിക്കണം അതെ
So, I have a couple of questions. I
Yes.
won't take much time.
Yeah.
See, there are lots of criticisms. These three laws passed without much discussion. That's why many things, many loopholes will be there. And even the advocates says that it will take minimum 5 years to get expertise in this law. So instead of changing that title, IPC, all these things, we are quite familiar with that. This Nyaya Samhita, all these things will not come to our mind all of a sudden, this nomenclature. What do you think about that? Second thing is new age crimes, whether adequately covered in these three laws. New age crimes are very important. That is, these days we are reading in the newspaper lots of cyber crimes. Whether this is adequate process are there to address these things. Another thing is giving money to voter. Is it coming under criminal law?
Yeah, it is a bribe, a private bribe.
But how do we prove that? Second thing is house breaking. What intention?
Housebreaking is a old law.
Okay, sir will answer.
Housebreaking is a old law. It is housebreaking by theft in the night. A house has been housebroken and for doing the theft. That was an old law. This law is only time was given. Yes, right. That is only the thing. There is no change at all. But the
If
first
person is entered into that, he is not taking anything. But this owner of the house is saying that he came for the purpose. In that scenario, what would be the punishment?
that is house trespass. That is house trespass, not housebreaking. It's a two different thing. In the law, entirely different two things. House trespass and housebreaking is two things. There is a separate section for that. House trespass. Housebreaking normally is for theft. Nice.
Is it very difficult to prove that a voter gave that money in Indian scenario? Don't you think so?
Water, no, all these things, every section to prove before the court is very difficult. Very difficult. Not only this water case. Rape on the girls or what, it is very difficult to prove because rape is not public, it is private. Closed room or closed place. So how police will, where is the proof? Proof is only medical examination and medical test. That's only proof. Otherwise, rape is rape is very difficult for the court. Very. Yeah, new age crime is no crime. Crime is no new age or old age. But new technology can be used. That is a very great leap in the Evidence Act.
Sir, the deleted videos act as a secondary evidence in your PowerPoint
Yeah.
presentations. How
Yeah.
it is becoming secondary evidence? Why can't it be primary evidence?
Primary is lost. So your email, you are deleted. But
The content will be the same.
No, recovered, when it is recovered.
when it is coming, if it is regenerated, it is only secondary evidence, not primary.
Correct, that is correct.
It is not primary. And a lot of deleted things, hash messages, many
It is
times.
a very crucial evidence we deleted. We cannot keep storage capacity. But something very crucial that is very important for the case. We deleted.
Very important, yeah.
Then that should be the important thing.
It is secondary evidence, so
Hash will be secondary.
the hash will be secondary evidence only. No, it is, see, the evidence will be produced by the complainant as well as the accused. Both are applicable for primary and the secondary. And your first question was the actual debate was not.
Yes.
That
As you
is,
said,
no, that's a concern. I mentioned that, but that's why our public also were not very vigilant on that. Nobody made anything. Leave apart MPs or whatever may be, but public also were not aware.
No, adequate information was displayed. In fact, nobody was interested
Yeah.
MPs walked out, there was no discussion because
Yes.
of brute majority it was passed.
It was there in the air 2 years. This Ranbir Singh committee made this report about 2 years back. This was discussing, but common man, they were not bothered. Public were not bothered.
There were eminent jurists who could have argued on that, but then they refused to.
They also, because something that Indira Jai Singh, no, she mentioned something about lot of this.
As per the new law, if he hit a man, if he dies or she dies, then it is punishable.
Yes, definitely.
As per the new law, earlier it was not like that.
No, earlier also it was there.
Culpable homicide.
Yeah, it is. There's no change for that. No, there.
Rash and negligent driving and hitting and killing.
It is same crime is same. This hitting a person and dying, it is two aspects are there. One is with purpose, because I want to kill Bala. I am with keeping in the mind, I am walking and hitting, so that he will die. So that is the real murder. But we are talking and it's a sudden provocation. It's two different things. They are two different.
So there was also a talk. No, sir. Excuse me. One more question. There was a talk of that Delhi Chief Minister being imprisoned.
Yes.
It was not done by a police. No? It was done based on the order of a judicial.
Okay, I think it is high time that we do because they're talking about killing me.
One last
Yeah, please.
There's a mention about a man having a wife between 15 to 18 years.
Yes.
Teaching, but is that marriage?
Marriage age is 18.
Can a man marry a minor?
Minor again is debatable. Earlier it was not defined. It was not defined earlier. Now it is.
So you said man's wife. Can man have a wife below 18 years?
Below, yes. That's why it is not a rape. It will not come under rape.
So how can you have a wife?
But in North India, these are happening, frequently it is happening. Nobody can control that. It is nobody bothered about the legality. 18 years, 13, even now 13 years, 10 years where children are marrying in North India. There nobody can control.
It's a legacy issue.
That is not a
age-old
Okay, friends, we should really appreciate Joseph sir because he has taken a lot of efforts to go into the details of the amendments that has happened. Okay, with this few words, I think we are going to come to the end of the meeting. May I request Tom Joseph to kindly propose vote of thanks.
See, sir, earlier, the scenarios or system used to change once in 30 years, then it has become 20 years. But of late, the technology system, how often you update your software in a mobile phone? How often you update the software in the car? It's quite 1 year, 2 year, 3 year like that. So, the obsolete laws and systems has to change. So, no need to fear. So all will bring in far-reaching results. Let's be so positive about it. One clear example to be very positive about this BNS. See, all the IPC, CRPC all changed by BNS, BSA. The BSA used to be a favorite cycle brand. Yeah. See, GST has come into effect in 2017 July. After that, whoever is into GST related matters, they will realize that this brought in far-reaching results. I can just tell a small example. Earlier, any trade or business used to return file. File used to file written. And they used to call for assessments after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Okay, by then, just a lot of things have happened. Certain minor questions will be asked, no answers, all those things. Now it is settled then and there within a month or two. And in my office, what has happened is, I had 2-3 notices. I mean, I replied everywhere. It kept on received, acknowledged, no results. One fine morning, I just checked my mail, all are clear. Then I checked what happened. That officer got transferred. So as per the law, whoever raises the notice, he has to either prosecute or he has to close it before he changes the table or the new position. So yeah, so all these will have far-reaching results, and so let's be very positive about it. And students, I mean, in the high school days, we have all studied Newton's law of motion. The first law of Newton's law of motion, I forgot that. I mean, it says that any object in motion, that is the state of rest or state of motion, will continue in the state of rest or continue in the state of motion unless and until some external force applies. So the laws have come, the victims have become very powerful. I mean, but that external force again has to come from there. That is the holy. So please be careful. The laws won't help. The system will be like that. The police department will be like that. We will be like this. So the changes will come in picture only later. If I'm not taking too much time, I can just take a very funny thing also. This has happened almost 4 years ago in Cochin International Airport. Cochin Airport, I was flying out to Delhi also. So I got out of my taxi along with another colleague of mine, business colleague of mine. Then one man was coming, running us, front was frantic. Sir, can you speak to this man? You know, he is a Hindi-speaking person and he wants to speak to somebody in Malayalam. I thought the taxi fellow, I thought he might have forgot something and like that, okay. But then I didn't get into that because I never knew any trap or anything like that. So I'm a bit consequence fearing it. So my friend, he boldly took it up. See, what happened is, he was on this gentleman with his wife and 2 children were on a tour to Kerala for 5 days or so, but they extended 1 more day. But as per the package, the taxi was only for 5 days, we extended it 1 more day. 6 days. So the agency said you settle that directly with the taxi person to this gentleman, and he also agreed. And the last day while dropping after the airport, the taxi person requested some 2,500 rupees, and this guest to Kerala, he said no, I paid you so much, this, that, and everything. He just wanted to get into the airport without paying that money. So this taxi driver, what he did is, while talking, he snatched the telephone from the guest, kept his car, and he drove out of the airport. So this gentleman, my colleague asked him, why don't you come? He's ready with the money. No, sir. The taxi driver said, rules are different. Inside that entrance of the airport, it is CISF. They are very powerful. But here, it is Kerala police. The taxi fellow spoke to my person. So, sir, you can clearly understand what, And this gentleman finally, I met him after 30 minutes after the security. So I asked him, did you get that phone? I got it back. I took an auto, went out, paid him 2,500 rupees. So, see, laws are there, but then the laws inside that entrance gate of the airport is a different law. For the same man, same victim. Yeah, so we all need to be very, very careful, especially to students. My advice is, see, the social media effect is going to be very, very impactful on us in the sense, see, it's all on the cloud and everything. Whatever you said is deleted, trash and everything. So, madam, maybe you will be much better aware of this. See, whatever you do today, after 3 years, it can be a print anywhere. It can be a funny print. Other day in Mangalore, one gentleman inside rushed to the airport. Last minute he got in to the gate and he got seated, and the first thing I somehow got in, he texted to his fiancée, The fiancé says, oh yeah, I know you can do it, you are a bomb. The fiancé he replied in the WhatsApp. Yes, I am, he replied. But then the restless of this gentleman, youngster, he is a Manipal student, restless, the co-passenger was studying, he said that you are a bomb. Yes, I am. The reply that he reported to. No, it just happened.
The flight cancelled.
No. The all were deboarded, and each one was gone to security. And this man was removed. His luggage was removed. Entire luggage was. So to students, I'm saying, see, we need to be very, very careful with the wordings used in the social media and the images you post or anything or anywhere, because it's going to last long. And moreover, Sujata madam can give more, throw more light on that. AI with Google, no, whatever you do, no human brain or human manpower is required to bring it out. What you posted 6 years ago or 4 years ago, it all can come back. Sorry, I crossed my line. Sir, I got a call. Yeah. See, it was really, really informative, and it has got very powerful effect because the way the speaker was questioned by the audience on question answer session, that says it's victim centric. Any doubts, sir? We really appreciate and thank you for all this informative. As a token of respect and appreciation from the KMA, I request to accept a token of a memento from past President Shastri sir. Yes.
From you because thank you.
I stood in for Secretary Anil Joseph is away on his official tour, and the meeting was well presided by Bibu and MC member Ms. Balagopal stood in for program committee. So thank you for taking the responsibilities. And it was well attended by past presidents, K. Shastri sir, Premchand sir, ABK sir, and managing committee members Sujata ma'am,
From other association.
and other association. And see, being a powerful speaker, we had from Wednesday Club and other invited guests, students. I'm sure we are all being benefited out of this. Thank you very much. Thank you one and all for attending this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you very much once again. This was meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Let's go.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
The meeting is adjourned.